by tonight.
Hey, Rick,
I gotta go.
No, that's all right.
it's just like you joined the widowers club and we go out to eat a lot.
Yeah, that's all. I'm going out all the time for one reason. or another.
Okay, there you go.
Nothing but boxes of leftovers, but that's fine. I hate cooking. You wanna come?
That's a nice food,
Don't have a choice.
I need to cook tonight when I get home.
Yeah. Are you single or married? Yeah, you guys have a choice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's too expensive to eat out all the time. You still have the tablets and I don't have that. Kim, you gonna come down, Joanne?
I gotta go home. I haven't been home all day and I got people working on my house, so I.
You do that? Okay. We all got the same thing going on, huh?
There was somebody up on the roof the last time I drove by.
Scraping.
Yeah.
Scraping paint.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. It's making me nervous when I'm not there.
Oh, brother.
Oh, really? Okay, Black Clock, Susan Steen. Okay, yeah, there you
I'd say do it.
go. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the, no, it's not, welcome to the October, what is it, the 23rd?
Yeah.
Yeah, BZA meeting. And I should get back to the agenda here real quick instead of the minutes. Let's see, okay, so the first order of business is the approval of the September minutes. Are there any questions or comments from the board, or?
Mr. Vice President, I make a motion we approve them. I've
Okay,
read them.
thank you.
Second.
Seconded by Bob. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Okay, very good. New business, let's see, we have 2023-10-01, Hitzler, and I'm just gonna let you take it from there, Jackson.
Okay. The petitioner has requested a use variance to build an accessory structure for personal use on this lot. This petitioner does not live at the property and plans to store personal items as well as a car. The petitioner plans to work on the car as a hobby in the structure. The lot would contain no other buildings, and the city does not permit accessory structures on lots not associated with the principal structure to ensure residential districts are not encroached upon by non-residential uses. The lot is 75 feet wide. It does not have immediate access to a sanitary sewer line as well. To our record, it has not been built on. There is not a plan for a bathroom at this point, but there's potential for a sewer connection with some of the neighbors supposedly. The comprehensive plan encourages residential development in buildable areas to increase density, property values, and attractiveness. With this accessory structure, there is still potential for a primary structure in the south end of the lot. According to the findings of fact, it is the opinion of the planning department that this variance be approved at Hitzler Street.
Okay, were there any written or telephone comments? Okay, nothing now, okay. Does anybody have questions of him? I've got one, but I just want, of Jackson. Jackson, you know, when you, this one, it just seemed like, first you were talking about why you shouldn't do it, the city prefer not to do it because they want building on it, then it seemed like you were arguing the other way. What do you see as the pros and cons of this?
Without the sewer connection, I think a residential development is a little bit more limited at this time,
Okay,
and we've never seen anything built here before.
yeah,
So I'm kind of like, you know, if it's been a very long time since the city's been around, it's never been built on. So that was my leaning, I guess, with that.
okay, so it's not necessarily eminently buildable,
Correct.
and would this prevent that from putting a permanent structure in the future?
I do not think so. I think
Okay.
there's still room for a permanent structure.
Which lot is he gonna build on?
There's only one.
Only one?
Correct,
Of
yeah.
the two?
Well, okay, there's two highlighted, but they're both owned. It'll be in both of them, I think,
Okay,
if that makes sense.
all right.
Okay, so it's two lots, but one owner, and he treats it as one lot, is that what you're saying? Okay,
Right back in the rear along the alley is my
Yeah.
knowledge of that.
okay. Any other further
So
questions?
the,
Go ahead.
the structure that they're asking to build, the location of it on those lots would allow for maybe a permanent structure later? As
Correct.
far as you can,
As far as I can tell,
Okay.
yes, there should be room. I mean, it's in the very rear of the lot along the alley. So I would have been, I think, more against it if the structure was up in the front
Right.
on the road.
Yeah.
You know, that prevents any access, but it's in the back along the alley, so.
Okay.
Do the houses on either side have sewage and water lines?
I don't, they might be on,
The building in red
Yeah,
that's a barn.
does not have sewer.
okay.
That is a garage.
That's a garage
similar to
only.
this.
What about to the right?
The owner of that is still here. So
Okay. What about the one to the right? Do the others around there all have water? and sewer?
that's a house.
Yeah, it has water and sewer though.
I think so.
Okay, so there's something running out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay,
think it's like 300 feet away. I don't want to misspeak, but
okay,
it's a distance to get
Okay.
connected.
okay, fair enough. Okay, well, if there are no further questions or comments, then I would ask someone in favor of this request to come forward.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Melissa Montes.
Could you pull that up a little bit? Thank you.
Okay, my name is Melissa Montes. I'm Randy Montes' sister, and I just came here for if you have any questions. I don't know if I think he's planned everything that he planned to do it very well. Any question for me, or I have to say something else?
The building is just for storage?
Yes, he's gonna use it as a hobby because he like to fix his own cars too, and yes, that's basically they use storage, store the car, and fix his own car. Also, he'll help me with mine too.
Okay, okay. Any questions or comments for this lady?
So is there any intention to build a house in the future?
I think maybe in the future it could be something, but that's not right now the plan. When he buy the lawn, the place, that was the main idea. So he told the realtor, I don't know what was the confusion right there, that he told him yes, but it looked like no. And talking with the neighbor that actually made this, he's the one who told my brother that if he made he requests here is he can be approved for do it like the same as the neighbor do. So that's why other than that, he was planning just to sell because his idea was to build the garage for the, personal use.
Okay. Okay. Dan, Jeff, do you have any
No,
questions?
that's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Anybody else in favor of this request?
That's the guy that owns the red building.
My name is Paul Henning. I own 501 East Hitzler, which is the red roofed building immediately to the west of these lots. It was about 8 years ago that I came before this board with essentially the same request to build my garage there. I think I can confidently say that that has worked out advantageously for the city and for the neighborhood. I would anticipate similar results with today's request. I do want to answer a question. The nearest sewer connection from the Montes property is at least 2 lots away. So there's no immediately adjacent property where sewer currently exists.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Paul.
Anyone else in favor of this request? Does anybody have opposition or just has questions they want to ask? Okay, not seeing any, then I will close the discussion to the public. Panel, what are your thoughts?
I make a motion, we approve it.
Okay, is there a second?
Here's a second.
Okay, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know what I don't have is I don't have any sheets to sign.
They're underneath, I think.
Thank you. Underneath.
Wow, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
Good thing my mother's not here, she'd whack me in the head. Okay. Issue number 2, use variance, 1409 East Center Street, Eric Thomas. Take it away, Jackson.
The petitioner has requested a use variance to allow a professional office in an R2 district. The zoning district allows home-based businesses with the conditions provided in section 12.4.5.p. In this case, the petitioner does not live at the property. This office will generally have 1 employee working regular business hours. There is potential to see a few employees or caregivers throughout the week for training purposes, but there won't be any caregiving at the property. There is available parking for 3 to 4 vehicles in the rear. This property is in the Center Street corridor, which is experiencing a transition from residential to commercial office uses, according to Article 14 of the Warsaw Code of Ordinances. The residential character will be maintained throughout future improvements such as a new roof. This property can return to residential use in the future. According to the findings of fact, it is the opinion of the planning department that this variance be approved at 1409 East Center.
Okay. I've got a quick aside here. I'm looking at the approval sheet for the first one, and they both say exactly the same thing. They both say, I do find and determine that all 5 of the requirements above listed exist in this case.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
both affirmation, there's no dissent. So I'm just asking about the validity of these sheets. You want to see one, Scott?
Yeah, second one's the same way.
Yeah, same way. Makes
That
it
was
look,
a little extra on the second one.
Well, I cannot find, but that's confusing because they're contradicting one another. The second sentence doesn't agree with the first one. I think it should say, I do not find and determine that all 5 of the requirements.
right.
So I'm a little confused about
I think-
the validity of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a typo in that second paragraph. I agree with you that it should say, Rick, that I do not find
Yeah.
I
and
do
determine that
not.
all 5. Specifically, I determine that.
Well, if you don't have it as a big
Whichever
issue, we'll
number.
just march on since there's no dissent. But to whoever's responsible for these forms, maybe you can kind of take that into account.
I will take that into account.
Okay.
We'll look at it tomorrow.
Yeah, and so if on one of these you choose to not find,
You have to
we'll
put
just
in-
write in, I do
Yeah,
not
do not-
find, and we'll
Yeah.
fill in the bottom portion,
Yeah.
and I think
Okay.
that suffices for it.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay,
But you do have the option to not find, because I know you're all well aware.
okay, that out of the way. Jackson, where did I leave you?
That's it, I'm done.
You done? Okay. Are there any comments from the public? No?
What's on either side of this property right now, do you know?
Across Center Street?
On either side of it?
On either side, there's houses.
I do not know.
They're both residential?
I know 1421 is 2 to the right. I don't know adjacent properties off the top of my head.
Yes.
That's that gravestone.
Okay,
All right.
One is
Place.
one is
Oh.
a house, a residence.
okay.
Okay, all right.
The 1413, is that a residence?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Okay. Other questions or comments to Jackson?
Nope.
Okay, not hearing any, then anybody wishing to speak on behalf of this request? Yes, ma'am. Are you the proponent for this?
No.
No? Okay, hang on, I'll get to you. The proponent. Okay, there we go. Make your case.
Hi, I'm Eric Thomas, president and owner of several home instead franchises. We have offices in Mishawaka, Goshen, Elkhart, and a new territory in this area. This is one of the counties included. So I'd like to have an office here. So the purchase of the property is contingent upon this approval. So just trying to put an office there. It's mostly a satellite office. Most of our clients are signed up in the homes, so if somebody goes out to the homes, that kind of business isn't done there. Probably one person, one manager there in the office. Sometimes caregivers will pop in and need help with their app on the phone or pick up masks or gloves or something from the office or do new caregiver type training maybe once a week or once every other week in the office. So it's a small satellite office is what our intention is.
I apologize, my hearing's not so good. Was this a home healthcare business? Is that what you said?
Home care.
Home care, okay.
Yep, non-medical home care. Yep.
Okay.
They're actually across the street and 2 doors down, there's a property for sale, and there is a home care agency operating out of there. I think I forget the name of it, but
Yeah,
there's
okay.
one just
No,
kitty
I
corner.
have no question, I just couldn't hear it, for my own information.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes.
what kind of caregivers are you training? For what? Dementia, Alzheimer's, what?
Yes and yes. And a
Yes
whole
and yes,
bunch.
okay. I understand that.
Yeah. Caregivers, some of the common needs we have hundreds of clients throughout the offices and counties that we operate in now, and so they need personal care. bathing, dressing, toileting, transfer assistance in their home, to stay in their home, but also we're probably in all the facilities in Elkhart and St. Joe County as well, helping different kinds of facilities, independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, memory care. We help provide meal preparation, med reminders, transportation to and from doctor appointments, bank, pharmacy, that kind of thing. Anything within our scope of care, of course, to help keep somebody at home.
Do they give showers?
Yeah, we
Good.
give showers, and you bet. I'll leave a card.
That's what hospice does.
Pardon me?
Hospice does some of that.
Yes, we work in the other counties I mentioned with every hospice company. They usually provide a couple days a week bath aids. It's just that they can't be there all the time, especially at end of life. Sometimes people need more help.
Right.
And so we always work, we do a coordination of care with all the hospice companies in our areas.
Cool.
Okay, before you leave, other questions or comments for this fellow? Okay, ma'am, you want to just ask your question while he's there so we can all hear his answer right away?
Do you want me to stand up there?
Well, you can stand right there. I think we can hear you.
Speak loudly.
My concern is I'm on the alley with people. So it doesn't sound like you're going to have a lot of clients come and go.
No client, usually no clients. We go out to the home.
Employees, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about the traffic.
Yeah, sure. I would tell you that there would not be many. And just to give you, for example, many of our functions are centralized in our main office in Mishawaka, billing, payroll, scheduling, HR. So the satellite offices we have in Elkhart and Goshen, you know, there's probably going to be one home instead car there that the office manager would take to and from. But they're pretty quiet. You know, it's even the new caregiver training we do now is just done in Mishawaka, but this might be a little too far. We don't want people we want to work for us to have to drive that far. So we'd probably come down here to do training each month or each week possibly. But the two satellite offices we have now it's pretty quiet. You know, I don't think traffic would be an issue.
Just the weekday or weekends also?
The office would just be open Monday through Friday. We generally close at noon on Friday, so it's, those are business hours. Yep.
And then just the new roof, or are you going to make other improvements?
Well, I just got the inspection report back, and I think it's very safe to say there will be other improvements that will have to be made. Unfortunately, but the roof, as you can see from anywhere, needs to be replaced, so that would probably be one order of business, yes. So, but some of the other things might be, you know, furnace, windows, interior finishes, paint, etc. So,
Any other questions while he's up here from the audience? Okay. Okay, I forgot, what was?
Eric Thomas.
Thanks very much, Eric.
Thanks.
Okay. Is there anybody who is in opposition that didn't get a chance to say something, would like to now? Okay. Not hearing any, then I'll close it to the public. Panel, you know, I don't think we'd ever get enough of this.
Motion that we approve this.
Okay.
231003.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Bob second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? None. Thank you. We welcome your services.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Very much needed.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, Jackson, we're going down the home stretch here.
Here we go. Okay.
2023-1003, Development Standards 111 Capitol Drive, the Baldus Company. Go ahead, Jackson.
Alrighty. The petitioner has requested a variance from development standards to allow a 191 square foot sign. 150 square feet is the maximum allowed. This parcel is along the US 30 corridor and currently has a large sign to attract visitors. Having a smaller sign could be detrimental to the visitor center and the community. The petitioner is looking to replace the large original sign with an updated and modern sign that will continue to attract and promote tourism. Based on the findings of fact, it is the opinion of the planning department that this variance be approved to allow a larger than permitted sign, or a larger than permitted square foot sign at 111 Capitol Drive.
Okay. Jackson, my first question be to you is, as an engineer, can you give me numbers? Like, what is the current sign square footage? Is it out of ordinance too?
That is something I do not know.
Okay.
You guys don't know that either? Feel free to come up here and answer that question.
It's approximately 150 square feet right now, depends on how you count it.
Okay.
It is often counted as a sign element.
Can you come up here and say your name? I'm sorry.
When you're- The, depending on how it's,
We're gonna start over. Your name is, sir?
my name is Hugh Baldus with the Baldus Company, co-owner. Thank
You're
you.
the petitioner.
Yes,
Go ahead, thank you.
sorry. So it depends on if you count the V as an integral part of the sign or just the lettering on the sign. I would imagine you count the V as well, the structure.
Correct.
And so you're going to be a little bit taller than the sign that we're requesting, but it is fewer square feet currently.
Okay.
Okay, so it's roughly Menza.
Oh, I see, it just sticks right above it, not very
Yeah,
far.
you can see in the attached picture, the previous sign is a little bit behind the
Yeah.
new proposed sign, correct?
Yes,
It's taller.
it's just ghosted in, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Just so I don't forget, were there any questions or comments from the public? Okay, we got that behind us. Okay, so, what are your questions to this gentleman, Pam?
I have none.
I like the sign.
Yeah, usually these sign upgrades are always nice. Oh, I already saw the picture you're talking about. Oh, there it is, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the new one's gonna look like right there, Jackson?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so if there are no further questions for this gentleman, we'll let him sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Anybody else wishing to speak in favor? Anybody? Oh, go ahead.
Am I able, I'm the director of police.
Go ahead and give your name real quick, too.
Good evening. I'm Corey Humes. I am the executive director of the Kosciuszko County Convention Visitors Bureau. So I just wanted to just share, thank you for hearing our request this evening. We're really looking forward to this possibility of having this sign. We know the current V sign is shared a long time of almost 25 years in its current state, but we're really looking forward to this possibility of this at our location. So if you had any questions for ourselves, we're just trying to increase awareness of tourism in Kosciuszko County and grab any visitors that are coming off of US 30 to our area, Warsaw, and the surrounding communities in wholly for Kosciuszko County. So sorry, just
Thank
wanted.
you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anybody opposed who just has questions they want to ask? Okay? If you would give your name.
I'm Charles McPherson. I live at 2838 Ivywood Drive, a neighbor of the visitor center. I oppose the sign for two reasons. One is I believe it'll affect property value. I believe the sign will affect our property value, having an extra sign that large in our neighbor's yard. And I also believe it'll affect quality of life by having too much light in our windows. So
Okay.
I'm opposed to it.
Okay. Was there anything else, or those two things?
Two things, that's enough, isn't it?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Now, what does it take to stop it?
Well, it takes the opinion of this committee, either for or against.
So,
So I would have, I guess it would be nice if you'd come in saying that the old sign had this amount of light, the new sign has this amount of light. Maybe this gentleman can talk
on
about that.
Friday, I received a message that I had, on Friday, I received a message that I had a registered letter at the post office. So I went to the post office and picked it up Friday. Today is Monday. That's all the time I had to prepare.
Okay. So your question is about the amount of light and the effect on property values.
It's quality of life too. Too much light in our yard and in our windows.
Okay. How far away are you from that sign?
We are contiguous. It is in our backyard. And I have no information of where on their property they're going to put that.
It's in the existing location of the V, so it's not being moved, sir. So it'll be in its existing location.
And it'll be much taller than the existing sign.
No,
It's shorter than this previous sign.
It's going to be shorter than the new
shorter,
sign?
Correct.
So it shouldn't really project too much.
Do you have pictures? I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, you can come up here if you'd like. Here's an example. So the V sign is located behind this. It's kind of blurred out. You see it back there?
Well, that's a lot shorter. Now I get it. I thought that was all one sign, but that's the V sign
That's the
behind
V
it.
That's the V sign behind it.
V's in the lower picture.
Yes, the V's down there too that I attached.
Yeah, the fence you see in the picture,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the fence you see in the picture is my fence.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, but I can support that.
You can,
Have you seen the picture?
picture?
I can
Okay.
support that.
Okay, just out of curiosity, it looks like there's a fair number of trees too that would, at least during season, would kind of, now during the winter, who knows? But, I mean, are those trees kind of blocking the current light from the V sign? Just out of curiosity? Some, yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
But being short enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Go ahead, do you want to make a final statement? Just remember what they say, when it's sold, don't keep selling it.
I just want to speak to your concern. The sign automatically dims down to 7%
Oh, it's
of
one of
daytime
those. Yeah,
brightness.
yeah, yeah.
So it will, with the sunset, not, it doesn't work on a photocell, but it's actually set to this region. It will dim down in a 100-step sequence to be 7% of its daytime brightness. So I would
It'll be what again?
7% of its daytime brightness.
Okay,
So it dims down automatically. It will dim down automatically to 7% of its daytime brightness.
really?
Yes.
Wow, that
Yeah,
is
so
quite a
it's,
change, yeah.
so you can't keep these signs at night, if they were at 100% brightness, they'd drive you crazy. They'd be,
Yeah.
they'd be ill-suited to this
Okay,
application.
Good.
Interesting,
Well, that's a good thing.
yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Knowledge is power, huh? Well, gentlemen, are there any further questions or comments? Okay, do I hear a motion?
I'd make a motion, we approve it.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Jeff seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir, for your concerns and we get them reconciled.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, yeah, we appreciate all you're doing. Okay, let's get these.
Okay.
Mr. Vice President?
If there are no further comments, questions, we'll open to adjournment.
Anything? You got anything else?
No, I got nothing. I'm good.
Make a motion to adjourn this.
Okay,
Second.
okay. Then, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned. Finish filling out the paperwork, man. Job's not over till the paperwork's done.
Where do I sign this? Which one?